Mom, you're gonna say this is gross.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Thrashing Outdoors. So obviously we're not outdoors today. The weather's been god awful the last couple days. We've got about 6 inches of rain in one 12-hour period. I actually had a little bit of water in the basement. As I'm sure you can see behind me, I've been doing quite a bit of construction down here, and it's been ongoing for over a year. So, but I do have a couple guns I wanted to get cleaned up, so I figured why not show you guys. If anybody's got any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know. I'll help you out. In my last video, I had sent out that I would give away a mystery tackle box if I hit 100 subscribers. Today's September 30th. Last I looked, I was not there, and unless a miracle happens, I don't think I'm gonna get there. So we didn't hit our mark, but we'll keep pushing forward, and you guys will see me in Arkansas hopefully on the next video using those lures to catch some big bass. So for those of you that did subscribe, I appreciate it, and I'll do it again maybe on the next one. Maybe I'll set a new goal, be a little bit more easier to get to maybe. But for today, let's dive in here. So this is my my little bench down in my shop, or down in my basement. I've got just kind of where I load and I clean the guns, and kind of I just have one little desk here that I kind of keep everything at. And I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen any loading and shotgun shells or anything. Like I said, I am wanting to get into setting up a brass reloader so I can reload rifles and pistol ammunition and whatnot, but I haven't got there yet. But I do a lot of loading of the shotgun shells. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know. I'll give you a little tour on it and how it works and the full shebang. So today, we've got the R1, Remington R1, and my M&P 9. Clear. I'm probably only gonna clean one on camera just to kind of make this a shorter video, but if you guys want to see how the other one comes apart and done, I will be more than happy to do so. Just let me know. So what we're going to do today is we're going to clean the Remington R1. First thing we need to do is we need to break it down. So in order to do so, we're going to turn this bushing. And be careful because it's spring loaded, so if you let go of that, it's going to come out and you're going to lose pieces. Once it's out, you're going to rotate the bushing back the other way, and that's what will release. Maybe. Goes. It's a little tricky sometimes. These 1911s are a little more difficult to get out. Then we're going to slide that back. We're going to line it up with this dot here. On the back side, there's this little piece that sticks out, just enough for your finger to hit it. We're going to push on that until this piece pops out. And there it is. We're going to slide this back forward, release the hammer, And the slide is off. Spring comes out. Barrel comes out. So what I like to use is ballistol. It's a very, it's pretty good at lubricating, and it really does clean. I also have, you know, some rim action cleaner and some rim oil. I'm not opposed to using those. Those usually come in a package of all three products for fairly cheap, you know, 10-15 bucks. What I like to do is I just kind of give everything a quick coat. And that way what I'm working on is got a little time to soak in that stuff. When you're doing this, make sure you're in a pretty ventilated area. I'm in a basement. I got a couple windows down here. It's not the greatest. The wife complains when she comes down and does laundry and she can smell it. But it's about the one place I got, so save your glasses for when we're loading. Another thing I've got is I bought this cheap kit here. And it kind of comes with a little bit of everything for all calibers, shotgun and pistol. And what I like to do, another thing is get you a rag. I use this microfiber towel. I couldn't find the one that I usually use, so I'm using this one, and this is going to be my new one. But keep the one that you always use, because the more oil you get in that rag, and the more you use it, you're going to clean it off. Yeah, it's going to be looking dirty or whatnot, but the oil in that rag will actually help you. If you just need to wipe something down real quick, it's going to kind of put that little extra barrier on it when you're wiping down your weapon, and you don't have to fully clean it. And you don't have to spray the oil. It's already got it on there, so it'll be just kind of a quick wipe. So mine is a 45 today, so we're going to pull out the 45 brush. Which reminds me, I didn't really spray any down in the barrel. And I also have, if you've never tried this stuff either, you should try it. This is some pretty good stuff. I'm almost out though. It lubricates really well. I can use it on everything. You use it on stock. Doesn't hurt it. Where are my brushes? So I've got a whole package of these somewhere. They're probably sitting right in front of my face. So I just take one of these little brushes and I kind of go through and try to break up any of the deposits that are in there. Give everything a little quick wipe. Give a little bit more oil here. If you're new to owning a gun, it's not imperative that you have to clean your weapons every time you go and shoot. I mean, if you're putting thousands of rounds through, sure, make sure you get them cleaned up. But it's only going to help you in the long run. When you shoot it a couple hundred rounds through it and it sits for a while, you don't oil it, you're only waiting for disaster. You're going to go out and you're going to shoot and it's going to jam on you, and you're not going to be very happy. So, and then at least if you do it, you don't do anything, at least spray it with a little oil and just wipe it down. Don't ever leave oil caked on it either. I know it's oil, but oil will rust any gun if you just leave it sitting. So if you spray anything, make sure you wipe it down after you're done. You want to leave just like a slight film, and And that's what's going to get you keep your weapon nice and clean, and it's going to protect it over time. Obviously, if you clean yours every time you go out and shoot, it's just going to look good for that much longer. And then so I also keep a little package of Q-tips down here. That's just to get in these grooves that can't quite get to. Get it cleaned out. If you don't like the smell of gun oil, make sure you wear gloves, because your fingers are going to stink for a little while. But I don't mind it. Right now I'm just taking this Q-tip, going down in the grooves, trying to get out all the old powder that got everything dirty and deposits that are left behind. I don't think I own a gun that looks exactly brand new like it did when I first bought it, just because it gets wear and tear. That's what's going to happen. And there's nothing you can really do about it. I'm just going to run this brush through a couple times down the barrel just to break up anything that's in there. This brush is too big, so I'm just going to continue going down with that. Looks pretty good. Or my 45 brush wet. Looks pretty good in there. And then what I also have is I bought a big package of these pads. There's little square cloths. They were, I don't know, 5,000 of them for $10 or something off Amazon. I'm sure everybody knows how to use Amazon. Once I get that done, I just throw this piece on. Once I find the right tube, I take these cloths, just put them on the end, a couple of them like this. Oh, that's too many. I'm going to push this through, and you can see there's still quite a bit of black material on there, although it did shine it up really good. Still a little bit in there, so just put this through a couple more times. Oh, that looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see in there, but maybe I don't have enough light on this side of it. But it wasn't that bad. A little bit on the second time. That's the second pass. This is the first. Throw one more together, make a pass through it. For the third time, we'll see what that looks like. And this is the third one. So, pretty good. Pretty good shape. That's what we want to see. So a lot of your feeding issues, you can't see how this here has got a nice little bevel to it. And all your barrels, on any barrel or any gun that you have, it has a little bit of a ramp right there. And that's so your ammunition can, when it hits, it wants to slide in. If that's all corroded up and full of carbon and all kinds of gunk, then that's what's going to cause your jams, or can cause a jam. So you want to make sure that you get that good and cleaned up. Just got a little bit more on it, so we're going to let this sit and soak. And I'm going to wipe down the barrel and set it off to the side. Wipe down all the other pieces here. It's not rocket science. I mean, if you need help tearing a gun apart because you don't know how, I would be more than happy to give you instructions. I'm sure that there are instructions on YouTube somewhere else. And I'm sure that if you bought it, probably have a manual to it, which will tell you how to break it down and how to clean it. So I apologize. Just haven't been able to get outside and do anything. Work's been busy. Like I said, the weather's been crappy. It's literally been raining every day. Like, we haven't had enough rain this year, but who knows, I guess. And I was kind of hoping to keep all the videos outside, but I ain't going to move all this stuff outside to clean it. So, welcome to my basement. Alright, set that to the side. You just want to take every part and piece, just give it a good wipe. If it's got, I mean, you can look at it. If it's got some good carbon built on it, and R1s are, 1911s, I mean, not R1s, 1911s are bad for getting dirty. That 45 is just a dirty round. It's a dirty girl. So, if you want to get a 45, expect to do some cleaning on it, because they corrode everything. I guess not corrode. They just get powder and carbon build up a lot. Like I said, make sure you wipe down everything really good if you sprayed it, because once you leave it a layer of this oil sitting on there, it will rust and your gun will look like poo. Which kind of looks like I've got a little bit in here that actually I didn't get last time. A little rusty today. Ain't made a video in a little while. Been busy. I was actually at a job site this morning doing work, but got done a little early. Alright, so now let's put it back together, huh? So now, since you've taken it all apart and you got everything cleaned up real good, and all of a sudden you go, well, shoot, I don't remember how I pulled it apart. I'm going to show you right now how to put 1911 back together. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take your slide, you're going to slide your barrel back in. I hope you guys guys can see this. Slide your barrel back in. There. Okay. And we're going to wipe down the spring real quick. We're going to slide this back in. No. Goes in like this. So this is your spring, and it's got this piece on the end of it. It's got a little notch here. That notch rests on the barrel. So we're going to slide it back in just like this. Just like that. See, even I got to think about it sometimes. That's how that's going to go in. And you're going to take your bushing. You're going to push it back in until it seats all the way. Just like that. You're going to slide it, rotate it all the way back around this way. Of course, it's hung up on my spring. Try this again. Okay. We're going to take the slide, put it back on, just like yonder, so like so. This pin is going to go back in to the slot, which you're going to want to line it back up. So there's this little notch right here. Not your notch where it's your slide lock is. It's one right before that. You want to make sure that you get the holes all lined up inside there. You'll be able to see them when you get it in your hand. And it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. And make sure that that is lined up. There we go. So then she slides back in just like that. Like I said, it can be kind of a pain in the butt. So then we're going to flip it up, put our bushing back on. Goes on one way. And we're going to turn it all the way to the other direction. Take our cap, push it down in there, and rotate your bushing back until it clicks. And there, she is back together. So, pretty simple. They do make keys, tools for this. Some of these, mine's a little more broken than others, but they do make a tool to where you can push. It pushes down on that and it rotates, so you can you don't have to try to use your fingers to turn this, because it can get a little tricky. But mine's not too bad. The spring's pretty loose. So then once I'm done, I'm just going to spray it down one more time. Just a light coat. I'll spray the whole gun. Try not to eat it. Let it set for a minute. Then I'm just going to kind of wipe it down real good. Let that, I mean, I literally am trying to take the oil off, but oil is oil, right? It kind of sticks to everything. So you're leaving a nice, clean, like, film on it, and that's what's going to preserve the gun. If you don't, and you leave what looks to be like that, where you can actually see it's wet, you come put this away for storage, you come back to it a month or two later, whatever you're going to do, it will be rusted. So don't do that. Keep my fingerprints off of it for a little while. And that's how you clean 1911. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, comment below. I answer all of them. Like I said, I apologize for I haven't gotten a video out for a little while. And like I said, the weather's been terrible. I've been working. I'm actually going to be going down to Arkansas, and we're going to be doing a little fishing. I'll be on work down there too, but I think I'm going to go do some fishing. I will be using that wonderful mystery tackle box that nobody gets except for me, because we didn't hit our 100 subscribers. But if you're watching, appreciate it. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Stay good.